the room. There is no job, that's why I'm doing this.
I'm going to stop the schooling because my father is not alive again.
Jewels of the streets, you are my jewels indeed. I saw your raw state and I see you today and I'm amazed. This is called determination.
Empowering the girl child is my thing. Be inspired. My name is Agyeiwaa and I am famous Agyeiwaa. I'm a national organizer of the NDC'S. The science also the board chair for the YE. Keep watching and be inspired. Once again, empowering the girl child is my thing. It should be working. Thank you.
I'm the leader and founder of the Liberal Party. Say, can't LP. So, Someha, ne Someha, na yanko TV there, and one MHTV. Now, watch Ghana is watching. Ghana phone na eshe. Home na Ghana ni biomo wa bruchiri, momo Ghana hani na eshe. And one Ghana is watching. Inti Sabrewi, Chimu TV no. Fato Ghana is watching live. Many of you.
Hey! Excusez-moi tout le monde. Moi je suis béni, Satan, voilà bas, tu comprends? Hein? Satan, tu comprends? Ah ouais, d'accord.
This is my season, and she yesterday, I don't know, get chain way proud. Now it's my turn, this is my season, and she yesterday, I don't know, get chain way proud. Ube ube apere, nakasa makana, and not ever, and she running.
She running through me so. Yeah, my yeshiro. You want to meja and you do you want to. Again, you know the pano. It is some do you want to my friend who say my dear, you know me go to Kataya fight. She running through me so. Yeah, Niana me ko. Niana me was so at it. So one chance here, Niana me was so. Era di gusto shamio, e she ran a through me so shuate.
Je m'appelle homme breaker, still homme breaker.
Yeah, Dumre, Odi Watum Natumia, Sunamaya Shirabia, Namaya Shirote, Yenanian Jeremy. By His grace, oh, I am moving forward from nowhere to somewhere, some nobody to somebody. Goodness and mercy. Ube umi abari, na kasa mekawana, and Eddie Atenia Bellemis. She run through me so.
It's Gex on the beat.
What? RPF. Yeah. Alright. Boombaga boy, Rasta, come and bury them now. Scream when the face, oh. Boy, yeah. Alright, the more you slow me down, you dey block my way, but I still dey make the way. Now God I dey pray, making sure you say, no matter what you do, I go still dey make the way. Let me hear you say, Shingbangba, Bangbangba, Singanga, Konkodo, Singbangba, from Ashanti, downtown to Volta, Gang Guatemala, follow me to Boliga, Takradi for Wayna, Kepo Fusu Wonso. Welcome to Ghana, my sweet Ghana. Assembly Ribo, Onedine ye, Assembly Ribo. Yawope me say ye de was Nuntono so. Yawope me say ye de wo Janton. Everybody let me hear you say, Shingbangba, Bangbangba, Singanga, Konkodo, Singbangba, they know you slow me down, faster I dey go. Better dey be generation, assembly Ribo. You dey block my way, but I still dey make my dough. Oh yeah, man, everybody let me hear you say, Shingbangba, Bangbangba, Singanga, Konkodo, Singbangba, Ska, Coco, Bagilege, get me bobo. Say, na go back, my son, never bobo. Ski, come on, Frank Angele logo. I read it, yeah. Father say.
It's Gex on the beat.
Call me the baddest.
Sabia on the beat.
Hey, Moody Misha. Moody Misha. Hey, Moody Misha. Moody Misha. Dis-moi mouché. Dis-moi mouché. Dis-moi mouché. Moody Misha. Dis-moi mouché. Dis-moi mouché. Dis-moi mouché. Moody Misha. Guys, they just my bumper. Sugar daddies like my beauty. They think I'm young and sexy. They call me sexy diva. When I pass through, guys I sing hallelujah. Everyone wants you with the diva. Me put guys on fire. And in good, ooh, they like the way me to work. Way me to work. They like the baddest to work. I give them good, ooh, way me to work. Way me to work. The baddest to work. Hey, Moody Misha. Moody Misha. Hey, Moody Misha. Moody Misha. Dis-moi mouché. Dis-moi mouché. Dis-moi mouché. Moody Misha. Dis-moi mouché. Dis-moi mouché. Dis-moi mouché. Moody Misha. I defend Sha. The chance I shisha. Boys by tutucha. Sugar daddy fret. The baddest just snatching. Me moving at you. Me beauty at you. Boys are band comedy. They go one bikini. They want night with some booties. Them down with some booties. Boys are band comedy. You will give them sexy bikini. Boys are down with booties. You find your figure booties. Hey, Moody Misha. Moody Misha. Hey, Moody Misha. formula. I just say magnety. I just say magnety. Nigga preaching the crowd want it. The movement a fanola. I just say magnety. Moody, 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 moody me oh oh moody me shy. Moody, 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 moody me oh oh moody me shy. Hey, moody me shy. Moody me oh moody me shy. Hey, moody me shy. Moody me oh moody me shy. Biche moi mouché, biche moi mouché, biche moi mouché. Moody me shy. Biche moi mouché, biche moi mouché, biche moi mouché. Moody me shy. Biche moi mouché, biche moi mouché, biche moi mouché. Moody me shy. Biche moi mouché, biche moi mouché, biche moi mouché. Moody me shy.
Mediali Kofi Akpabio. I'm the leader and founder of the Liberal Party. Say can't LP. LP Jimmy Wandi. So someha, ne someha na yankonko. TV there, enoane MANIFESTO. Na washe Ghana is watching. Ghana for nyina ehwe. Home na Ghana ni bi omomo wa brochire omomo Ghana ha nyina ehwe. Enoane Ghana is watching. Enti sabrewi Chimu TV no Fato Ghana is watching live. Many flow.
Ediapa Ghana is watching Jumedi so Ghana is watching Jumedi so then ya bibia me canon ye ho man nia enkoye ene nia ekoye nyina nia enkoye no yehwe kwan a yibesifa esi ano kwan ti aba ne sa eyibura manusemu sene na ho ne die ho nsɛmɛtie impo ye kwan so nsɛm han pepe bibre na ehwe won kwa enam ka akwanhyia ti ye betena egua so saade a na chese Ghana is watching Jumedi na ye de eso mo me adada me tren kwa kase mu namde so mo me din ene aba Agyeiwaa Kodi enyumeku a ebo mechidom eye global sky security someone is always watching sanso ena lena sumfo etai bechidenden afi GH schools GH fashion cosmetology ena GH media school say pursue your talent nurture your desire the Agyeiwaa be fontintan feeling so www.marvelinhouse.com YouTube Marvelin House Limited and I think so Facebook MATV with the china will share now like now comment na bibia koso kama ene NDC amanyekuo no omode wo mu manifesto eba betu dwa se ne omanfo ehwe animu ane nsem ne de se bibre eba ne se na pomudin nsemu na disua nsemu bebre na hu nwoma na otumi se enema egumpa ne yebedi hu nkomo ebetum wosuko ya pensem ehu senia enyeman isifatene mesa kadere kache ewufi ha se wono okasa de ma NDC amanyekuo no ewo Agyeiwaa so West Wogon ansa na mekọ nso ne aboru ansem no mena no husima ye ba de dwumede mbehyehyɛ so.
Are you worried about your security? Are you able to access and protect your property and the people you care about? With an increased height in robbery and kidnapping, you should not compromise on your security. Global Sky Limited, your total security solution, is here to help you secure your office and residence. Global Sky Limited is making it possible for all to feel safe and secured. Security should never be for the rich alone. Global Sky has over 300 products ranging from CCTV cameras, access control, fire alarm systems, security lighting systems, intercom systems that ensure utmost security for you and your loved ones. For more information, call 0302 522 503 or 0264 363 125. You can also visit www.globalskyafrica.com. Global Sky, someone is always watching.
Is watching Jumedi's Suni Senem Canene, Mesaka Derek Hatcher Wakasa, Edma NDC Amanukuno, Ewaya was so west, and Tempana and Coniso, the effort within and Shishes. Derek
Agyeiwaa,
Aquava.
yeah, me da say. Amemfa konya we so na me chia wetifo. Na o production team so, mo bo adwuma. Obi na ka see someone is watching. They say answer we can say NDC manifesto is watching because manifesto na ye nyina ye the source of accountability. Ebi oye bibia manifesto na be kire say the o kan no. Utumi ye ana say went my dey, went my anye. Enti ye we dey me da say opportunity na we dey amame. Na me tie we chief, we tifo nyina we.
What you so? Derek, Banner say, I'm on your same one. Emreben, a banner send out of what shall man you sing when Emreben, sir.
Agyeiwaa, we be sabi. Politics there. We ekaya brabo ho. Because at the change bia no so take decisions. And a decision bia we take bia no. Udwene won say we na bit my den aboa until now take a decision. Nti se ba edwa ne diem kra say we ma me die bia mo anamfufu and say a decision making. And the politics that we do, it is everywhere. It is part of our living. Because the obey bia no you have to take an action, a decision. So that decision now taken, you are taking one ahead of the other. Because we take it the bit my den aboa. But most times, it comes with some sort of authority. And amambona ye can wasem. Because individually, authority lies within you. Authority na one kasa also. But in terms of governance, a man for no the most to me say take decisions on their behalf. And those decisions that you take, it should reflect and I say it should be the decision that will benefit the majority of the people.
Derek, now so you have man you kwa ya a dorsal pan. Be actually for bread dance from Copan, who yinti I would know a condign NDC Amanuku.
Okay, me journey NDC because of their philosophy. Senior, sorry, also, and then person called Barsley, person called Catholic, and then person called Action Chapel, Royal House, no. A decision being out taken, that decision out taken, it is based on their policies, and I said their ideology, their doctrines, and now then, we DH, so person be a Christian, person be a Muslim, and I said person be a Muslim, you call Christianity, and I said me person be a traditionalist. So what must say? And on a wild decision, the entire open so would join it. Means so the entire because join this year because of their philosophy. They believe in equality, they believe in equity, they believe in the people, the majority, social democrat, anything that will benefit the ordinary person. It is not about capitalistic. So me take a decision now, I will say that decision it benefited the ordinary person. Be a know what hey, me say be a you swear benom, swear, it be a boy and bit me anom. But if you are me and me and be what a chileno, or no, if you know a form you, but you say and you advance it to the extent say, and this will be no form you bill. And tell your ocean is anos what the G forms you will be. Say form is soon out where man say, when one know a form you bill. And remember any GBA, a chance of welcome man, maybe I'll see school crabby and a sin hall. Because to him, and I said to her, the basic need now no panel. Is your pa or wet my because water is life. So it must say. So any government that is willing to bring development to the doorstep of the people, that will listen to the plight of the ordinary person and find solution to it. It is the NDC, and that is the Social Democratic Party. Anything I'm going to join the NDC.
NDC Amanuku no yes sir.
That is it.
Derek, answer na manifesto no. People's manifesto no.
Yeah.
About a better mountain no. Frankatumi de ma NDC amanyɔkuo owura John Dramani Mahama ɔkɔ aprɔbɔ wɔkɔɔyɛ no okuhu ahemfo bi ne mpanimfoɔ binom ne wɔn kasa yansa na manifesto no kura yɛdan ne de wohwɛ asa anamɔ no sɛ na osi fa hu ne fa aso na ehia paa sɛ otu saa anamɔ no ansa
Medase bio. Send me kind no, and I say send a flag bearer, a lady no. It is the best form of decision making because answer about taking decision no, you need to listen to the individual plight of the people. Now, ultimately, tenase emfa book ni pen. Enye so na yakwa nancy. Na we asenya say nyina no, e wo trim there be. E was so get it down to the people. Now get it down to the people no. Ukwa say me maame anase me nua. Aha se pa mo ha oni sen. E die mpa na ye nyema bi a mo hwa enye na e bia mo pesa ban fofo ba otumi ye mamo. E bia me meeting cry, minim the air cost word at the local community. E to be was study a mo say this you be sorry yakokosi market bi esi baby. Usi market ni we obi anko. Udim de ntia because you didn't even understand what really they need. And you should have been able to educate them best. And I say you should be able to educate them very well. Say no make me appreciate it. I didn't know anything. Would the bread because on sorry preoccupy to just accept change. And to say now you are doing consultation now. You share no or invite civil society organizations. Civil society organizations any day. Including churches, including local NGOs, they are all stakeholders when it comes to the affairs of Ghana. And the all person can say, me na minim wiase nyansa nyina nti okomu nyina ho okoye nso onyum nyina engage ye anything any friend the peoples wo hwa manifesto ni ba wie ye no obia nya ne dem chefa e ma obia ne gye ye amanfo se ade ne ye ntwen ye che ye manifesto na emba na oye na amanfo sere no ene no afraid be a law students ochina no afraid trade union congress ochina no afraid student leaders ochina no afraid market women okada for taxi drivers otiti omu nyina de no e omu so e no mu how e da omu so no mo ye den otie enti so no so a good listening leader no otoato madwe nyina e na edi ban na friend the people's manifesto anything e tu de ne sa
Derek eba ne sɛ NDC amanyɔkuo na wɔn manifesto no mo se eba ne sɛ strong institutions yade a mo bɛma ebi edi ehim wɔ ɔman Ghana mu ha sɛ pa na mo botae na sɛ mo intention to do that no anything
me da say min quote a former president of the United States Barack Obama because the only strong institutions Ghana has institutions if they are to work there wouldn't be any vacant room and I say any vacancy for any other thing to be done and I say I didn't be able to emboa Ghana because our judiciary now a fair and just system judiciary you will always have their trust obeji omo to say so boa ten kra o mpekwa be den obeji to because you believe say they are impartial so onya a legislative arm of government we fair thinking people now we thinking for the right and then the best for the Ghanaians now you have that confidence in them and when you believe in the media because the media is the fourth arm of government now monobasana they expose every wrongdoing and then they let us know what is happening in other places so when you're almost not the media will not be biased that will expose any other thing that is not going on well with the government now then you have confidence things will be right when you believe in the auditor general's institution I say that arms of institution because look at it you the BSc quietia kasa ketasi proye so we are fighting against corruption fair enough but the people that are supposed to be heading those institutions what has been their aim the yoke never honor say they become they are now doing things that are very very biased you should know say you will not get the right judgment so auditor general's department now say out here you are lucky auditor general's department by force could leave obi person so ne mind no or ye de boa Ghana by force uncle leave
person nim sa me je obi ye adwuma ye so ogina
I was so ogina home na so boa Ghana no boa ku etia ketase ne proya by force ko chinyi ne palok
nti
sort say beba that is another side of it ye wie na omo form the office of the special prosecutor e dey be making budgetary allocation e dey ko ho no what is happening to the office of special prosecutor now have they been say every quarterly basis they should be able to publish the cases that they are handling. Say when ye proye na no, this is how far we have gone with the judgment, and I say we are following up the case. But there's nothing of that sort. So our be more or less crime be and see the tutu. Oh, it mean when are they supposed to work? This is the time they are supposed to work. So when they talk about strong institutions, you will allow them to be independent and work to the benefit of all Ghanaians. They will never be politicized. That is what we mean. Police for way. I didn't think for say, oh, they don't believe in the security services. It's because the security services have been now been politicized. And then recruitment by and then Akufo-Addo can normally be recruitment only the advert. So one person will apply to the police and I say immigration for cultural and I say be for application letter de bra. But this time we didn't see anything. But every day they train amount for to the and then they are recruited into the security services. Why? These are all breeding grounds for corruption in Ghana here. It's a kind of institutions now. The local government system should work, the judiciary should work, the legislature should work, and then the media should also have that press freedom. I don't think to media houses because you could find other better ways to resolve that challenge. But and also meanwhile other media houses are in the same category, you didn't close them down. Who are you shutting their mouth? You want to shut their mouth so that they'll not be able to expose the corruption and I say that the corrupt things that you are doing. No, they are supposed to have their freedom so that they'll operate in a fair and a transparent manner. That is what we talk about. That is what we mean when it comes to transparent and I say strong institutions.
Okasa na okasa fa kata se sheproye ene kankan ho na me kan na me ka say NDC amanyuku no ekwan ben so na mo be fa e ban kata se sheproye dwurem ne kankan ya mo betumi akwati ana se betumi ayidi afra akwam.
Kata se shede se a lot of the NGOs and as a civil society organizations can corruption deprives of us of what is due us. It's about corruption. What be first car and also be anything in a corrupt manner. No, you are depriving the ordinary person to enjoy the better things that the country has for him. Why? Because we say scan and say the man for in terms of school, in terms of a coin, and I say be insuring your man now the share bank and I say the account ma who deprive one more. And at the end of it, me to fight corruption. We know say when you allow the transparent institutions and the independent ones no work, be to say the office of the special prosecutor, no money juma, you resource it, you hear also the demand the office of auditor general, demand you hear be out to meet demand. Now say the judges will be transparent and the judges will be transparent in giving fair trials and co now. You know say that is one other way to fight corruption. The second one is the government. You, the government, should make deliberate efforts, say, who appointees and I say people that you appoint into government, when there's any case of and I say any act of corruption against them, you prosecute them. Any corruption case that will come, you investigate, and those who will fall corporate with it, you let them face fair trial. So what must say? And see, NDC'S by friend Operation Sting. First one, they say, whatever appointed as any appointee biano, you should be able to declare your assets. Because who declare your assets now, we know what you have and what you'll be able to make before the end of office, the end of your office term. And it's a new time, it will compare and say, we buy if you're not of what it back up. You see, there, when you bought it in Kwana, and I say, be a you so in Kwana, to see, the Wakakonya mansion of acquirements in that mansion. Why couldn't you afford that mansion while proud to your appointment? So what must say. But under NDC, you say some corruption cases because money prosecuted on one cast members. So can you know? Prosecute on one cast members nibi. But under what is happening? It is just about clearing corruption cases one after the other. So when it comes to their Australian visa scandal, say Kodi GVGO, say boss scandal, nebo, say a corruption gate scandal, say it's also 2 years council of president. But no, you see, say deliberate attempt, we are clear one after the other. Procurement by they are clear no. The excavators hire, abobo hire no. They are clearing each and every individual. Why? It doesn't mean that the institutions have not found anything wrong against those people. No, it means there should be a conscious and deliberate effort to fight corruption. If not that, It is just the normal rhetorics. There's no way we move forward when it comes to fighting corruption.
Derek, no NDC amanyukoti apengwa so why you me ehun sensem baye
Yes.
eno na NDC amanyukoti na mo fa na fa impo ya fan say na che say ever scandal no ho nsem no
Fina, one will say Bibiama.
NPP for prosecute you.
They are the party in government. So also corruption case be or honma. Who try opposition and never prosecute you? What to be that? You who is in government, who you have the office of attorney general, I the government first lawyer, I'll be prosecute you and I say handle every corruption case. You know what are they waiting for? So this one they just who dear I as a 7 person to chair Ghana for. If you know say somebody was corrupt, pursue the corruption case. Don't wait for the opposition. Sanka Sambre and Kaibia, you see our prosecute when they do a jail anyway. They will know that you are fighting the thing. But when your own government is doing it and you cannot bite them, you know, and I said you want me fishing them out, you know, what is the case? What do you have to do with the opposition? It means anything that you do will just be like a witch hunting because there are a lot of corruption cases around Nana Akufo-Addo. And Nana Akufo-Addo, on the best corruption perception index rating on in do Muhammad the West in do that the worst case of John Muhammad's time. Why? It means corruption and Nana Akufo-Addo is Nana Akufo-Addo government just corruption because that's just the clear definition for it. If not that, your best performance you would have improved upon the corruption perception index now. Your mama Agyeiwaa to honor. Now what was names? Oh, the institutions are working. There's a deliberate effort to person fighting get a project, but there's nothing of that sort. We are rather retrogressing. That means that your everyday life is just about corruption cases, and that is Nana Akufo-Addo government, and that is why Ghanaians said they will change him come 7 December.
But Derek, say ebia na MPP amaniko no ma idin wo ho fi say yehwe ofusu ampofo ne audio a eba montena MPP for NDC amaniko for na bi ne sorry say eti a kwan na wo pese bo mo fa ne faso no.
What matters is on say say you should be able to bite everybody no matter the political party that you belong to. But it's what you want to send you. If you are the party in government, now person prosecuting and also be fighting corruption in those kind of things. Don't wait for anybody, but don't do it in a manner be we can say this one there witch hunting. And can be who prosecuting
there no na omo in a witch hunting way.
Whether it is witch hunting or whether it's not witch hunting, we are saying say let the judiciary work and handle it. Up to now, have you heard anything about it? That case na ada. Why? There are other cases, serious corruption cases. You are going to fight an audio, and as you are going to fight over tape, and doctor, nobody about say a national chairman and a casa. Go and fight clear things, and as see a video by clear corruption cases about Galam say you have nothing to do with it. Australian visa scandal, you deport your that is a clear evidence. What happened? Some of them say, if this was a shoemaker and you command them say, I can say accreditation say uncle cover sporting activities. What is the person going to do about sporting activities? And as what does that thing got to do with sporting activities? Why were they deported? Meanwhile, that minister and I said that person who was in charge, have not been reassigned as a deputy minister of information. What are they waiting for? So they should stop fighting over trivial things. And they should handle things that are more substantive. Any here.
And it's not JB Dankwa the Derek.
JB Dankwa. Almost start here. There are evidences. Supreme Court cases, a CID boss, so we investigation. A money procurement kasa bar out. Ebeka say, obi ne born a pa, say ni. Okani na 3 days time a year, or a mamiti wado every honor.
What happened?
They started the prosecution.
Because I'm now. Free assassination.
That is it. We started with the prosecution and you free honor. You appointed somebody who should be the head of CID, and now you had all the machinery at your disposal. What are they waiting for? Before they say any opposition, any Sebio, because we were doing something about it. Who the person who is now your own party member? What are you doing to the family? Won't you also bring something and I said do something that the family will now have confidence in you? Say who ye be their so that those who were engaged, who were involved in that corrupt and I said that wicked act, can be brought to book. You've not done anything about it. Yen United your no book and the Japan can send baby on the TV station in your money. What has nothing to do with that? Right now, no, that case is a Kotiada. It's because they know the people who are involved, but they don't want to handle them, and as they don't want to prosecute them. Who are you fight? Who will you blame? Is it the opposition that you blame, or you have to blame your own government for not fighting corrupt cases in Ghana?
Say nim omo a omo ye involved.
And I said, nipa ko na obey audio no, so who say omo de no go prison. Emma obey audio. Audio no ya so bubo din. What is the CID doing about it? And I will chance me na me investigation. You don't wait for me to go and handle those things. It is you who have the power. You are the one who is supposed to go and do those investigations. How long should it take you to investigate corrupt cases in Ghana?
But say case na kwaye ene obeka say na we na ebo me pa ochina amanyoko we na time echi enti no kre na nkasa na akwakoye bibie wo ho no.
That is the inefficiency and I said the incompetence on our people and I say our state institutions. If you are up to the task and I say you are competent enough, that shouldn't be the only avenue for you to be able to retrieve information from people. There are so many avenues with me retrieving information from people. Talk about the girls now, Mugo right now. They say you home laptops in it and what have they done about it? But Canada for the any buy within a matter of 2 weeks. Near the can be on confront one year release. It means we deliberately we are sitting on information and not acting upon them. That is what I say. It's the inefficiency on our state institutions.
But Derek, who say ban say ne o say NDC ni and a boy me for chon say pisa and same was or shall say kan wo bra na NDC amanyuku no e wa bengwa ne so nti e bra na wo keka sanse na NDC amanyuku no anamon ben na mututu pa e fa ho a ekodu dem pempenso.
See, I know, sir. They were handling those cases before we left government. Now MPP buy no, or can say MPP for no, and the born pa say Umbra make say NDC for na year then. You can say on you say. Why would you take the person's words and act upon it? Fina, as some okay there, I say, say CID for no, they know how to do their thing. They should have acted upon those informations. They are waiting. It's just far too long. You know, I can't want some there. Omunache, omache ho.
Derek, yentwa.
You're gonna for it here. Omu training People's Manifesto.
Say, you heard the People's Manifesto now. You hear na addition ho nsem. Eba ne say addition ho nsem a. Enwoma ne de emu odruye papa na eba ne say na addition nsem no so a. Nsem bebre na na wo mu. Say na eba ne say addition ho nsem na bubomu chese bubu yi e fama yen.
Okay, friend and medasibium. The People's Manifesto now, here can one seven no. We know say education here. So because school so behunya nimdie no adepa. Enti NDC'S aban etenase no. Or starting say be expanding the educational sector so that it can accommodate a lot of people. We abolish the double shift and I said the shift system when it comes to the basic school. We did it before because we are more interested in accommodating everybody. Now the other one is near John Dramani Mahama also to me can I say or no send your starting a free can I say community day senior high school so no or no umbra emba betwem and when he assumes power come 7th January 2021 he's going to continue the free senior high school free SHS now I can say na for the bet for no Obra Beshim Kinana, a dear Dana Kumasuni say he will eliminate the double track. Secondly, no, Obesa included the private senior high schools no, in the deprived areas. Send you can now accommodate a lot of people. Say Unimso Obe we need power. Come 7 December 2020. It will be assuming power from 7 January 2021. Going to miss his school down within that period. But say after his first year in government, you know, he's going to abolish the double track. Well, how is he going to do?
That's all can say free SHS nenyo.
Onka da. But only be an can say what baby one no can say. Only see free SHS enya no. You a bloody liar. Son of that is the word. You are a bloody liar because he has never been against it and he has always been in support of it. That is why he started the can say the free community day senior high schools now. Yeah, you know. Because it's in our constitution. And any people back on the constitution, they can say at any point in time, Ghanaians should be able to enjoy free education. Debbie, it was the same consultative assembly now NDC kick out for Agyeiwaa in 1992. That is the constitution that gives the backing. And also started BB from 2014. MI started the free senior high school, no, sort massive in the community level. Or still the way of abolishing the double track and he said you complete all his e-blocks, or including the private sector into it, because the private sector, that is the private senior high schools, omugu, omunjani prime amwede, and bomb schools go be a public senior high schools, but they are also Ghanaians. They are businesses that will also run. So if you are going to educate somebody in the public school and you spend 1,000 cedis, you give the private person the same 1,000 to handle the welfare of that particular person. And when you finish all the community senior high school, that is the e-blocks, and I will start here. No? So finishing it, that's what will bring it on board. The private senior high schools now, you abolish double track once and for all. And then they are just obey. You call your teachers for now. Or say alawa obetwaso. Now the allowance was replaced with the student loan. And na NPP no mutual and to be na say NDC alawa, NDC alawa. We were replacing it with the student loan because their status now is that of the tertiary institution. So what must say? Now what are we going to do to the teacher training? NPP say do not automatically just recruit them into the public sector. Why? Meanwhile, we have a huge deficit when it comes to teachers in our educational sector. And the NDC say they are restoring the automatic recruitment of teachers, and we are the back. Yet the responsibility allowance, yes, I the back. Only responsibility no allowance. They won't say obeko school be not teacher or a senior house master, and I say all those other things those responsibility allowances They said they'll restore it because we instituted it. If you buy on we are bringing it back. The student loan plus, only by the here. The student loan plus was a scheme there they buy. That particular scheme was to give people access to credit. It is when your admission to the tertiary institution now. What matters is say take your admission letter, go to your student loan scheme and tell them say this is it. You've already gotten admission. As you said, your minister can pay your admission fee. There and then they'll give you money to go and pay your admission fee. We brought it. MPP came and then described it off. We are bringing it back. That is the student loan trust plus. Yeah, the back. The other things we said, we share educational sector now. John Dramani Mahama say, "Wa obenya anas wa obeko school from the 2021 academic year wa obeko school be as part of COVID package or more 50% reduction in your school fees." On the kai, or say ono no ba ye won say Ghana ye de COVID by corona by and you be an adwuma ye ekọ ni mama for adwuma say awofo na ebre na omusu. Tisi ano o ma bibie school. Sika be na odebetua ubano admission fee and I say why you continue student scaben or betua scanning a bini honum and as part of government COVID relief package no ready bano or more 50% discount and no also be these are few things now also be
Derek okasa na okasa for allowance
yes
and so bra NDC amanyuku fa katini di NDC yera John Mani Mahama e pa professor General no Puku Agyeiwaa na subo bebre amanfo na anase menfo ni bi e de bo no e fa say bra na e ba ne say adesua ho nsem na wodi mu akotene no ye hwe na allowance na ye wo ho nsensem bebre nti mpo no e fa katuni NDC amanyuku no kra allowance e yade a wono sen ho nsem bebre nti e ba ne sen na NDC amanyuku afa mu de nhihye egu akwam na allowance na aside di ehim wo man Ghana
fena allowance na me kan first NDC yencha allowance there be da. We replaced it with the student loan because tertiary institution. Yeah, for me see we replaced it. Replacement is different from say obiba no cha allowance because the only say under NDC and a teacher trainees for no it mean the tertiary educational standard status no because then Kenya NDC and omo de just normal certificate. But we were thinking for them, say, it is high time we upgrade their standard and say their status. Until we upgraded it to the level of a tertiary. Now, what is the scheme and answer what is the standard for tertiary institution? Who go university here? You see, you more allowance there. What you get is student loan. Until you go and apply for it, then you get access to it. But by an MPPD and send the brain and say, oh, NDC'S scrap alawa into number restore. Meanwhile, when we were doing it, we were still paying for their feeding. We were paying their feeding and we were giving them automatic recruitment. MPP buy the feeding they are not paying for them. The allowance also the mom 250 Ghana cedi, which is far less than Adena the mom. And we are still going to restore the automatic recruitment. Why will I finish school, teacher training, while there's a huge deficit? You are telling me, say, I should now go and apply for a job. and it is your job, it is your choice whether you are employing me or not. But this time around, it is automatic. Now we are going to recruit them into the public sector to go and teach our kids. The second thing is MPPM person before mo adwuma no mo di saa obnoxious licensure exams in buy. Even the system called compulsory national service. Why? Because KBM friend say we this year. Like next year, when say government let me employ into the public sector now. They are telling us to go and do national service. We are national service in India, that is after 1 year. So the second year, they are saying go and write a licensure exams. And the MPP government, now the woman say, answer on where employer with you, and I say they even have the choice for you to apply for a job. It will be in the third year. That third year, they are buying away time. So NDC is saying that teacher trainees, when we come into government, that is after 7 January 2021, we are scrapping the licensure exams. We are scrapping the compulsory national service norms because that mentorship no no 2 years. Go school no more 2 years. Third year no, you are going to be mentored under someone that is a practical sector. And 2 years a practical sector now, we automatically employ you to go and teach our brothers and sisters in the primary and then JHS one. And the idea of licensure exams was not for you to get employment, but it was supposed to be a scheme and as a model where if you want to maybe to be promoted into a level and as a standard, no, you all write aptitude test. So that was the motive behind that licensure exam. So it wasn't supposed to be the standard for you to gain employment into the public sector. So these are things, and these things the teacher trainees for Nakasa or unions for, and then these are the things that will help them. So it is not like say John Dramani Mahama Kotina baby and of course Shisha and Adjunts and the yes scrap way with Debbie. The teacher unions have their own leadership. The teacher trainee also have their own leadership. And these are major concerns that they gave John Dramani Mahama. And as a listening person, he has factored it into the People's Manifesto.
But Derek, you should have said you. Yemfa allowance. Na yemfa loan no. Who is allowance ne de ye loan kra loan no. Loan allowance ne bibi ami de ba loan no bibi shonko kwenti aba ne sen na loan na hu krampo interest den ukoje besia ye the interest to small but allowance ne de never beji allowance me ndam bedwen ho say ye de we be interested ba beto so anase bibisa nti eba ne sen na yetumi loan no replace allowance
Fina the mekan na em say e bia wo ante ho ne ye ni say
how some do replace it?
Yeah, the replace here, but when we were replacing it, what was the standard? Their standard as the status of teacher trainees, has now been upgraded to a level of a tertiary. So the tertiary institutions, what is their how did their start banner or more year and also more govern the tertiary institution? It is the student loan, and the student loan didn't have any interest. They had a repayment, and I said, "Be our time or a check." So when we automatically recruit you into the public sector, you have already gotten a job. And their own was even better than the more just the normal tertiary institution, as the universities and co. And these are better things that will improve the livelihood of the people of who are in the teacher training sector. And see, and just say no, their status we've increased it, we've upgraded it to the level of a tertiary. And things that come with the tertiary, is necessary. We are replacing the allowance with the student loan. That is the standard. So what must say the motive behind allowance is first, now people see teacher training to be like who are passing school, and that's why I'm passing now teacher training. Nice, and only nice who feel and our person who by day and if so it was like discouraging to a lot of people. And so I'm still teacher training. Now we are but that was never the truth behind it. It was to motivate people. It was a way of encouraging people to know say no send the amount for can once no teacher training and intiano. That is not the standard. But right now teacher training for no their standard now is tertiary. That is why they are all moving. Under John Dramani Mahama, and now we made the polytechnics now technical universities, tertiary institutions. So it's not like say we were bringing out policies that will not benefit them. No, under allowance, it was a way to cap people. So also allowance, the government no betumi atua no ɛho nipa na obetumi ayɛ den ɛbɛfa but under NDC yeyi can say yeyi allowance ni free one we pray when we replace it with the student loan we were able to increase enrollment of teachers from 9,000 to over 14,000 people. How come? It's because that thing that was say allowance no you replace it and access to train a lot of our brothers and sisters in the teacher training sector. So the same thing applies to the nurses. Sunny yeah, because when there is capping, that is because of allowance, you don't be able to recruit a lot of people. And I say to enroll a lot of people, leading to employment of them. But we replace it with the student loan, and that gave a lot of people access to be trained as nurses and teachers when it comes to the educational sector.
Na Derek akọba say wo mu wie teachers training na say wo mu wie omo nursing na afi wo mo betena fia no no so nsem
No omu ntena fie. Under NDC omu the sector and education will tell you say you were recruiting a lot of people. But one thing is say when you invest in infrastructure, the infrastructure will serve as a way of job employment and say employment for a lot of people. Because you see schools are dying, you see a lot of tertiary institutions and then the universities and co. That basic schools we were expanding them. I told you say it was under NDC and they eliminated the shift system. How come? We built a lot of school buildings, and access to the teachers to be employed into real. I just look at few. But then people, what are they saying? You are not expanding the educational sector to areas building schools and co. Into real. I feel not in few. Under MPP, go for movie 2017. They are now even waiting for. They are now even just gotten clearance. What have been the standard? And can standard in sense by now you've now recruited like 3 batches of teachers, but it never happened. The year and say who still a lot of senior high schools now, blocks in ACC now. A lot of people will get jobs there. A lot of teachers will get jobs, headmasters and co. They will all get jobs. So they will not finish school and now go and stay at home. The nurses for no ACC district hospital, polyclinic, chief compounds, and a regional hospital, and institutional hospitals. No, it was supposed to be an avenue for job employment for nurses and doctors who will all finish and not be staying at home. That is the standard. That is the motive. That is the vision. Say we are enhancing our infrastructure base to serve as a place for employment for our brothers and sisters. That is the vision of John Dramani Mahama. Anything I'm offering infrastructure king, the Commissioner General, and in the Manoma Banana Kufado, Afro County Sword. On country hospitals are Westy to serve as a way to employ the nurses and doctors on country schools, Westy to serve as a way of job employment for people who are now in the house. Teachers not move or employment. Meanwhile, you are banning the e-blocks. Who are banning e-blocks? Employment no Legon hospitals won't be into either non friendly panom juma. Regional Maritime Hospitals won't be or either non friendly panom juma. So the aim is the new regions na bano. We are going to build tertiary institutions there. That is when it comes to education. Say university and as a nursing so at the hospital that will be built. I'm off with Brebenia Honum. And they say the allowance member. Wow, accept posting to the deprived communities. It will come with some sort of allowance so that you also go there and know say you are not just taking a risk to go to a deprived community which will be improved, but you also see it as an opportunity for you to also get another allowance. Now, in the SAO, you have to by friend Tibet. The Tibet is technical vocational education training. So say we are making it free from the primary level and also from the basic level to the tertiary. Tertiary no mamiche trim. Wow, beko polytechnic no. Manunsi. Wow, beko technical universities no. So we gonna call accounting honoma and no technical course. But wow, beko those technical universities and you go and pursue technical courses no. It is free for you. And the disabled people are not left out. Wow, this any form of disability no could be an free to the tertiary level. That is NDC. That is the People's Manifesto. Any sempana yedi bregana for so beto abaitia na na do danko akufo do come 7th December 2020.
Derek yenhwe na woka e-block ne ho asem. E-block meaning say who sa infoni ni ade na na bebre na akira ekeka enwuram ni ade na afi nso no miai temamufo a wo mo beko no wo mo tete like okay distance na in favor wo ni ade na edi ahiye pa meaning say uhu bia
I didn't see those things. But whatever thing that it is, just share jealousy. Wow, be CB also you see, and our baby propaganda say school down no and bear amount for ombwa. Because when you are going to build and I say establish the school, there was a survey. They'll do the survey and say centralized place when the infants here, it will be easy and I say it will not be difficult for people to get access to it. So what by the minute so also who be bad. Just share jealousy. Somebody by say they don't have any message for Ghanaians.
Edu ohonoma.
In fact, they offer for Hana.
Ma commission but mo de ba mo ma
Fina
commission
anya no the but location you call chairman na Ghana for some of we shaman for it they will do the checks nobody about say oh and you can say do ase anya no kre fra ha say community day senior high school ama
sama event e blocker e pie mu ohonom na meka ya e
omo wi ana so mo wi ye
ebra na ewo samren ba sesi ane de nye to ba samren ne de na wo mu kyeremu di a mu wie ye
because green book ni dia kai da me biem a amafo be wo say bia ama sama aha say location am ko si ye no NDC commission ye but we didn't commission anything of that sort. It means me say we commission e-blood that were in forest and I say places that are far away from the people. It is never true. Places that we commission e-blocks are in fufu nyina ba honom. Kwa be so no fa so ba honom. It means it was closer to them. So, and those commission schools, a lot of them has been utilized by NPP or free SHS and no buying the account. Person they will make available money to complete them because they've now mortgaged our get fund. I know my mortgage. You don't say no maybe. Maybe say.
But
Omo ye dodo na e wo ho no e twene. Enye ntine ye wo pay school a friend do so. Do school a traffic light. Enye no bi no for the first time in the do so traffic light because the do man saw red, green, black, no man MPP in quantity me decide where they eba. No cry. But because in this one we need be a friend say you were green gold track ni sound man there be any even under his excellency Kufo the 4 years SHS nearby there was a backlog of people but we didn't allow that within the shortest time emergency classroom blocks and then dining halls and pool were all completed within the shortest time and we didn't hear anything like traffic light education and then na Akufo-Addo so only vision now the boy amount for our school and all this traffic light nearby but we have a visionary person who is coming John Dramani Mahama who started the e-blocks and he's now going to complete it and now bring on board the private sector so that they will also not lose their job. The teachers there will not lose their job. They will not collapse their institutions and co. Because what can I say do baby? Private school teachers need buy out. I catch a government say your school are dying or honor. If you fan crying be brave, you fan trade okay. But about went here and now they just ignore it. But right now the listening government, John Dramani Mahama, is saying that he's going to bring them on board to abolish the double track within the shortest possible time. Obeyes Hadeno. Emma, the good news now is about for legal education. You see how Fina Minu is now here next year. You got top forms now. They are compare law exams in the because who kind the leadership of the Law Student Association the letter by just 3 days ago. Emma Mukasel. They analyzed the NPP manifesto. They've also analyzed the NDC manifesto. But they believe, said the NDC manifesto is well and then it is well timely. It thinks for the like it is able to address their issues and co. And they have more confidence in it. Because now, almost before that, now there was only one place. I'll be training the law students. But NDC, they've given 2 other institutions accreditation to be able to train them. So when NDC come on board, we are going to set up the legal education framework that will be able to accredit and I say give accreditation to qualified institutions to be able to train lawyers and lawyers for us. And that is the good news for those in the legal fraternity. And as a meanwhile, we're going to top forms from next year because if I say practicing law, Ghana has it.
Derek, what's in Sophie and say for a dog one cat what's in NDC'S you have for each tree. Say Baby do sense of hatred, so I better say a pie, not rest a pubia PM or baby near day. Sir, and near man, of course, where the Ubi PM were barefoot in 10 days will be a dear, as you have for Uncle Honor Sir, and near man, NDC man, Quebanta, Suya, in some acquaintance, no more fast one.
Fena, but I say you never care. Upon the Yadipa. because wa odi apoetry exams no, it brings down the value of the certificate that you have. It is all present you certificate. Say be wa bre wo sua wa de na anajo ni yi na odi na nhye bokiti mu ni no ma se wonda na obi mu akoye omo ani sei na omo tumi da no. Fina esa na say wadwuma na na se wa hondi na wodi ahyem na okotwe exams no. No obi ebu na nimtia. So ultimately entenye obia enfo aso say yenko ne nko twero apo ni sanema. Ba me pepie no e wo ma na bi say ye guesswork ni say wo so betina say ah ade amasua de ne me ye eyi bi probability say bi aha beba ba ha mba it me yiri mo no asua ha pa e bitumi ko no say ye mapo atu enye say bi okonya questions from baby o but o ye guesswork no ni de ne ye den e bae de onu so ni de amba no kwa anhwe obewi pen to be pen to sa na time aso onu ko nya hwe ntwiro. Enti most time pempi no man focus o kwa yiri hu ne sua book ni nyina enti say o textbook ni a wo yiri hu no sua from cover to cover so ultima say na nka edu on ma baby o motu question e free bia no wo betuma den atwiro bi under John Dramani Mahama apo beti ba na enti say this year den na ere e bae this year den na apo ni nam social media unim sanka Ghana ye twiro mfren wase no enye Ghana hankwa na ye twiro other West African countries na ere e nyina twiro bu but this year no that is it. O say
Mr. Invigilators in top.
Oh eni nyina bi wo ho no ba dem pese me kire ni say na eni Nigeria ni other countries mu na ere twiro but feel because of COVID no other countries no so mu twiro nti Ghana nkwa na ere ye twiro wase no but this year no ye nim ye tumi buy to the extent say obitumi sorry no oni ni invigilator and I say headmaster bi buafu how because you probably just told the people say and I say the students say me mama pass question mungo suende na munchro na muncha na mon pass nko na onim say pass question na wakoto ama no wosua usu ama the free education wasa to pass kwa ama no ni de ni so nko sua ukoto pass kwa na who shift ono na adwen no from say go and learn the textbook and just come and learn Pasco. Pasco so you know you Pasco in conjunction with the textbook. Textbook is the main standard document because ABME this year no the curriculum na the no will be different from obi or children exams in 2010 the curriculum. So what I say and then no the question that will drop in 2010 no, will not be the same question that will drop in maybe 2019 and I said 2020. So the Pasco is just like to be a guidance to you to be able to study your textbook very well. But this year you need to buy na man for cultural exams, na man for saying na for the bet to abet you, or my exams na a day, or my exams na the was to because then the questions were all on social media. Before so much interscience no, na questions in social media, Facebook ni no ba. Ebi mu hu ye, me say me hu do before so, e ba na se ba me ntwiro bi. Enti wo su hu na wa forward na wa forward sa na de na ne abu. E no Monday na for the science no ko try any the same questions na buy e man kwa du fu ye e bi hihye school ntade school nyoma e bi hihye exam papers ni nyina bi because na omobo ye den enjo so by we study you know after inter science questions no e leak sa commerce na social media economics na social media a friend is social studies then in namo ye nyina minya bi before so sese akwa bitime bi akiro they even came hours before the start of the paper. Why is there anything deliberate on the part of this government say nkwanu bufu ye ni say mama enya questions in it is no ye release mom no mo try na so mo bufu bi mana because side ni see what is just to nkwana na kasa bio obi an kasa bio enti minim say bia this year there you see the questions in there mom no mo kotro no mo pass den ka say free SHS buy ni nti mo twa it is no problem but what I'm telling them is say when you write exams with Apple, that's a result nearby. You should be ashamed of yourself. Say that certificate doesn't belong to you. Because it is not a fair representation of your academic standard. And it is also in a tertiary institution here. You will be dropped. If you want a tertiary institution be a university be 5 years, 7 years, or rest it be to mean to require a money in so. And in because of the good results nearby or good grade. Course on no. Ankusiaga. And it's me the measure of nyina crying. Wow, dear poor betray all 5.2. Uma kwana so continue final term or results aba. Koneko suya di ni biom. Because yes and all any tertiary institution there be you were there from because want me pass or exams no.
Derek, na me say manifesto the People's Manifesto.
Yeah.
Emu deɛ wɛn paa na nnɛ waviata so a ɛsɛ sɛ woka ho asɛm fransa na yɛsɔre so.
Fina, People Manifesto no, also. I didn't know because the People's Manifesto, it is the fair representation of the views of the people, being it say be from health, being it from agriculture, from education, from road, and I say, but me the make kakra. First one, no, as we education people, no, what we go school 2021 academic year. John Dramani Mahama say, as part of COVID relief package, no, or more 50% discount. A idea also when year it means so. Wow, Obesa, the more amount for free TVET education to the tertiary. The disabled people are not left out. Wow, Beko school, our disabled person there, it is free of charge from the basic level to the tertiary. Meba eyi nso a enyina ɛyɛ adwuma ɛyɛ nyina yɛ mmabunu yɛpɛ sɛ ɛyɛ adwuma na yɛnya biribiara dɛ edi kakra. There is something called Agenda 1 million jobs. That is 250,000 jobs per year. Kwame so na ɔbɛfa so ayɛ. Kwame ɔbɛfa so no the onim sɛ the UN standard ne sɛ police ni. It was say 1:500 and but you see, I know the gap is so huge. So we've done some HR gap analysis. Gap analysis in the and said there is a vacant room for people to be employed into the prisons, the police sector, the fire, the immigration, the forestry. And the police service sector, I look at take over 35,000. Fire service about 20,000. Then you know, and about the health now. The health sector, there's so much huge deficit. But John Dramani Mahama Eba knows to see all the new regional hospitals, knows to see district hospitals without district hospitals. No, be a lot of institutional hospitals now. Yen no more obey the teachers and the nursing training, the doctors, they will get jobs to do in that sector. The teacher training people will also get jobs when we complete the E-blocks, when we abolish the double track. Then you set up the new tertiary universities, ABC, they will get jobs there. The other one near the big push. The big push near there. You see, we are investing $10 billion into Ghana's economy. And it will be the local contractors and co that will be making use of it. That is $2 billion per year. And the NDC, not the percentage of the capital expenditure to GDP. They're almost 6%. But under Nana Akufo-Addo, it is just 1.5%. It means that they are spending a lot of money on recurrent expenditure. Meanwhile, any government that will be able to withstand any major setback, and as a pandemic, whatever it be that, whatever it may be, it is your infrastructure base, your energy sector, John Dramani Mahama investment or Agyeiwaa, and then the friend doing so. He is going to make similar investment into health, into agriculture, into road. He said he will dualize all the major roads in Ghana here. And what the most of it all, and they say, among for Benya Juma because a more construction, that's a school, but then you could see people will get job in it. So what must say, they are all going to benefit. The other one here, the National Apprenticeship Program. People will now be assigned to masters, and I say masters being in dressmaking, being in tailoring, whatever thing. When you finish, the government is going to pay for your cost of training and will give you a toolkit to start something on your own. And then be the other one there, the free primary health care. Free primary health care, they say, oh, be call be up to the district level, be free. Among for saying to me, and they buy the NHIS, they be cancer. The can say the NHIS will now be a secondary and tertiary health care access because all we know secondary and tertiary health care after the district hospitals, so because the regional hospitals and co the referral points. It's what would your NHIS, you will be able to get some sort of discounts there when you get access to that. But the primary healthcare there, we are building a lot of district hospitals and we are going to build a lot of polyclinics, chief compounds and co. Now, what I'll be here Ghana need, I'll be visiting any of those places now. You are going to get free primary healthcare. And how are we going to resource and as a restock the pharmaceutical industries? The NDC government under John Dramani Mahama from 2021 will give credit facilities to the pharmaceutical companies so that they'll be able to produce those local medicines that will be used at the district hospital, the chief compounds and co. It's say we are only going to import medicines. No. So the pharmaceutical companies will be benefiting from it. we, the citizens who will also visit the hospitals, will benefit from it. Aside that, Okada for what you there. Me and me by can be late na man to man tema come for Okada from Okonglo to 37. Kwa traffic honum. You see, say those are the major sectors Okada ene honum. Our economy has evolved, and these people need to be factored into the economy of Ghana. And how are we going to factor them out? We are going to legalize it and regulate it. How will we regulate it? Your cars wɔ hɔnom. Wohu sɛ car bi ba a, ɔse car wei ɛyɛ private car because the number plate there ɛyɛ white. Car bi ba na sɛ ɔyɛ taxi abɔ sɛ the number plate ɛyɛ yellow. Ɛna sɛ ɛyɛ diplomatic car na ɛba ne number plate no ɛyɛ red. The same way we are going to give license to these Okada drivers and co. And their number plates will all be identified very well. And so ɔkɔ na ɔkɔyɛ adwuma a, wohu a ebi a wonim sɛ wɔwɔ deɛ delivery service. Who we on so the Okada, no or funny power, or the government will get taxes from them. Aside that, there's a possibility for us to have a bicycle assembly plant in Ghana here. You know, no more go and learn things under a national apprenticeship program, no, being it welding, being how to repair cars, and motorbikes, you also get job to do. And the government will be able to legalize it. When the government legalize it and regulate it, it will now speed up delivery services. Onusu ye na adwuma na okwa owo police ni no on tete amafo be when you sit on it, you know so you have to put on your helmet na onusu okwa na owo traffic a enyafe na oba betwam. They will give them a lot of education and they say be sorry prekupe na okwa ko ebubo amafo na accident ba. The education is going on, but that one will be a deliberate and conscious one because you know say you need to protect the lives of the citizens. So they make out to say so it is not a one-day thing. Anything that buy an amount for any agiso, and no longer start boy so because Okada has come to stay. The government will get benefit from it. The individual will get livelihood, a job that is employment out of it, and it will also speed up delivery services in Ghana here. And some day be and a maternity leave. Fina, we just say this year after 2021. One here, Usuba could do maternity leave because the major thing, and I said the major headache of all women, and I said mothers, and then they say, one way you need to breastfeed your child for 6 months, at least 6 months. The first 6 months is very important. Then you say you have more 3 months maternity leave because there is a feminine agenda, and then she will not sit down. That is Professor Jena now, and now somebody who has been a mother before to allow other mothers to also go through similar discomfort in there, they are going to increase the maternity leave of all women. And it's a good news for them. And I hear Papa no so if you be a friend of paternity leave, at least a week. You'll be given a week, that is 7 days, for you to stay with your wife. You can't say the man no apako chini baby. Ujia no betina o yere nchen, no tuma aboa no aso ni mu kakra, no aso akra no mu kakra. These are all things that will benefit the ordinary Ghanaian. And the manifesto, as we said, is the people's manifesto. And you can never doubt the credibility of John Dramani Mahama. Say he will execute all these things together with Professor Jenana Opokwajima. They will execute all this to the benefit of all Ghanaians. Anything I'm catching say, we may join the NDC because they are social democrats. They do things that will benefit the ordinary people and the welfare of all Ghanaians. Anything I'm joining the NDC. And John Dramani Mahama so come 2020 December now. So not too many we are. He will implement each of them to benefit all Ghanaians.
Derek, you heard the People's Manifesto here. Move to assemblymen ka assembly de bebre na de mum na Ghana fo de bebre na ka se NDC atena abengu aso pen e ba ne se na brom se abengu aso no san hye we nyina wo manfa nti kwan ben so na mo fa so ama omanfo etimi agye de na se hu se dia NDC fo aka yi de wo se ade yo fo wo mo be yo
ye ka obi all credibility there John Dramani Mahama because his policies aboa ma Ghana for enyate can say omate de because ni nyina no it's about health, it's about education, it's about agriculture, it's about industry, manufacturing, job, employment to people. Oye ni nyina bi at that time na you focus and say I'm investing so much into infrastructure because maybe I'll be able to be no masisa. So every point and its own needs. I was saying here also the break Ghana for. So at that time, the first time not buying the major thing they say I'm investing into infrastructure or investing into it. No, you say be a friend, be buy a friend is a COVID. But COVID by had it not been the major infrastructure development under John Dramani Mahama, aka Ghana for Gadian Ebe. Can you name me Parafina, Acadian Panebe? Ah, Ghana be referral point, be health tourism. I'm a month for free, mindful for mindful for so Ghana for to assess health. University of Ghana Hospital, Ewohoi. I'm on for the Adani 5-star hotel. And my minister of health to make what now say I was taking rest because you'll be in the vision. They say we should invest into our health sector. You need a lot of hospitals, institutional hospitals, regional hospitals, teaching hospitals, district hospitals, bebree kwa. But that is that is the basics because so if you are not able to protect the lives of people, they will never be able to live to work for all government kwa benya so far so because Abaya or Julie Timaefo no he prioritized their health condition and then he worked towards it. John Dramani Mahama John Dramani Mahama ebedi so wankwanko 120 ministers. He made use of only 84. Wankwanko family and friends and a huge presidential staff. Wanye Sanyomano. Oh yeah, a lot of things. Emma Mofo born swaba. Nkofo mu nya nsuo num identify for no mu nya if be a friend say nsuo be from water. Mu tap. But John Dramani Mahama Emma nsuo tumi ba. Edu wo fie na obi o tap. Outumi ere. Enya nsuma Medina fo nyina ere eka ho bi. And it takes a visionary person to do all these things. Oh yeah, you know. And then Nana Akufo-Addo obetwa ntro ene Ghana fo mo so me me dem esramo a okoto fo me kika nse bebre na Ghana fo so ke ne ye ma otumi no. Kone Kodi so. Okoye no e ne yehu family and friends japa kro no ene ekoso Kelni GBG family and friends ene Australian visa scandal and the person who na Akufo-Addo is so 2 years $100,000 I say near more president in same pp na na is here na bisa wo say e dey na waye so wetime bie na wetime si any one hospital na Akufo-Addo ni na we won so commission school bi school dan bi SHS on commission any hospital and can say oh me dem buy there me dwuni mo ayaresa hwe nti eni ti me kwako bie hospital e bi ni honom corona na Corona by na exposing na Akufo-Addo so ba be 88 hospitals me boa. O so ba be si. Won so ye to foundation krama no. E bi ko eni ho no. Under only na Akufo-Addo ene to make cut short. Ya catch you say best start the operation of that particular sword that wa cut no in 2021. They are so desperate. When Ghanaians gave them the opportunity no, they couldn't do anything to uplift and I said to release the burden of Ghanaians no. With many the capital expenditure percentage to our GDP was just 1.5%. But under John Dramani Mahama, it was 6%. So what do they have to show? They don't have anything to show than to spend on family and friends a recurring expenditure. And on from food for nobody Ghana for na presidential jet. No, renting one. No, dinner. I bring Ghana presidential jet. These are all things which have all drained. And more bobo send me brain. Yeah, who do you Bosia and Nana Akufo-Addo in just 3.5 years, it's more than the depth of Ghana from Kwame Nkrumah to John Dramani Mahama. Why? For 136 billion Ghana cedis, they don't have anything to show for it. So they don't even have the credibility and track record when it comes to executing infrastructure and reducing the burden on Ghanaians. It's John Dramani Mahama, the savior, the Joshua, who is leading us into the next generation. The people's person, the one who listens and executes. Or no, and a Ghana for some person to Obama no, no, be execute this animal. It's Ghana for there, or more John Dramani Mahama, and Winji say, or no, Oba, or you say, there you. Oba be commissioning Oba be any nyina no commission enti na onya the title as commissioner general na Akufo-Addo they no say the friend the sword cutting general wa cutting sword sa ye mu biada ene na Akufo-Addo
Derek ibisa wasem we ne ye dia sorry so
mate
eba ne say ye ma government duties head of state no is it advisable say one mo de be ma families ebimpo a minim say osumesi na obenti minim no minim say adwuma obetumi aye ne yie ebia obi foforo nso wo hono but minim say ne is it advisable say it will be given to
Fina Ghana has say and I say when it comes to competency is not only one person so what must say so normally will be fair juma or yeah advert wa wo hia na say wa person wa apply bia no no do CV aba no my screening, no my interview. We interview, we every cry, we got to me aptitude test. We aptitude test, and then the best person will be selected. Why? It is just a way to sieve out the chaff from the grain. So what I say, and to yes, and you get the best person to do it. But when it comes to governance, you need to. It is one thing. The one major thing. Also ye who are a leader to be to tap into the right human resource to execute your project. So what I say, and we have over 30 million Ghanaians, and you should be able to open your eyes so wide and take human resource from each angle to be able to help build the economy. And no the enya the bonny, but the woman say before said John Dramani Mahama every free office. Yet Ghana MPP for mpanyinfo bebree na ne professor there ekuka say John Dramani Mahama family and friends. Family and friends there no more kind almost were appointing ni nuanom the family ni ma bebree dey aba government. No problem. And John Dramani Mahama na mfa say ne cousin ba kope ene me ba honom the cousin ba kope ene otumi appointing and can deputy road minister, that is Joyce Bauer. Onu kwane the only person who is from the family of John Dramani Mahama. Ghana for Nana Akufo-Addo who did bebree na say me ba na be di Ghana so a me nya family and friends o kan Kumasi. Eti Ghana for gitwe na mutu abama no. But ono no buy dey na waye. Wa fani cousins kero foriata can say ni nuanu bebree na wa ma ebinum kwa ni baby mothers kwa won be a high commissioner. Ni nyina bi wo nom. E na wo hwe ne o ma ekoso tin say ejapade na Africa Legal Associates for now, we the law firm now, so we it belongs to Gabriel Dako. And the Musuani, the main reason why people will always fight and answer would speak ill motive about family and friends, and then say there is some sort of something called conflict of interest. Conflict of interest, just say, Sanipakoni ya boni kwa utmiere and Cassentiano. And I said, Anipakoni ya papa swa, work out no etu. But sanka wo government na wo no leader na ebia wo kofa outsider and na wo fa na djuma say boa me na me yes edjuma no onye ni ya ka obeyi na de oche na maso na say ya sack. But see ano so obusu eni a how will you sack the person? You not be able to sack the person. There's total conflict of interest. Na hwe what do we know our cousin and our man finance minister and na every loan the cousin Ken Oforiatta and our man finance minister. Finance minister or the money every loan they be use you bet you Ghana have be abo send there bet you yes the cousin no send data bank any dia data bank any dia loan be bet you Ghana have be ano you friend book runners some book runners data bank ko na running are they the only people who are knowledgeable about it? No. So when you bring family and friends into government it defeats Nana Akufo-Addo ankasa credibility of home general Kumasi ka say me practice family and friends government. And then they say why need to the extent say one man the concubines and I say they are the baby mamas high commissioners anyway they are man. So it is never wrong say you get competent people from various angles. But when you do it and it's just family and friends, you bring there's something called conflict of interest, and no, it defeats the purpose to anything be it defeats the benefit that Ghana will gain out of it. Anything John Dramani Mahama say on the bar a Japan deal or back cancel because there is another SPV, higher the Ghana Infrastructure Fund, which may use they are going to set up a Japan deal. The Japan company, there is only one CEO. I don't know yet senior minister. Does it even make sense? Is that the best way to utilize Ghana's resources? No. It's only also about or maybe reduce the size of Nana Akufo-Addo government. You reduce the presidential staffers and all those things. So it is a way of saving money to be able to execute the big push, the agenda 1 million, the primary free healthcare, the legalization, and then the regulation of Okada. And free laptops also better chairman students need tablets. Now will come into fruition. So that is how we are going to make good use of Ghana's resources. And John Dramani Mahama.
Derek Metawase na yeba be so kra no fantia ni etwa so fa mayen se
Fina medase se ene wa ma we sa akonya we na yenka NDC manifesto wansam the people's manifesto. Obi be say identity manifesto wo hia. Manifesto is just a source of accountability because see I won't say in a document the people's manifesto and it's a Ghana for ebomode no mo to aba no ma John Dramani Mahama no bedi Ghana so a at the end of the 4 years no you be assessed based on the manifesto and I was a manifesto no etimi ade bia it will bring out the best warfare and I say it will bring out the best out of Ghanaians. When they compare their standard of living now in 2021 to 2024 no we will say our standard of living has now improved, being in the economy, being in the sanitation, healthcare, whatever thing, it will all improve. And the People's Manifesto as it is being teamed up didn't come just from NDC, but it is based on the consultation of we and Ghana for him dear with the bread boy, you know. Saying it to me true 1992 constitution after now we be you know, and in the People's Manifesto. It may show beyond cry, say, you don't want more beyond that down. John Dramani Mahama, the rescue mission. They still be rescued beyond us. I didn't say cry. Oba bechi Ghana for every sankwa asumwe from family and friends government na akufado yeah to bring out happiness, joy, jobs and prosperity to all Ghanaians. And to be sure bia nkran say obeto aba ama John Dramani Mahama come 7th December 2020 no to lead Ghana to the promised land.
Derek meda wase me keka message simape entem na yen sorry so if you mass or chikata wase you do all my boss Usudan kwa Joseph wase keep it up Joseph Kufida ko watching you live when so if you are Farouk or say my boss I'm watching you live like always and done so say well done Ebenezer and so also watching you live madam I say any more messages you youth and politics Jumedian so memende nyame adoma ye behyehyɛ so de amam sɛ ne adaye ye no Jewels launch and so wo hosanso and politics in sports and so wo ene de Ghana is watching Jumedi and de eba beso ye bora amanyosemu NDC manifesto na wuti mu nsɛm safre Derek Hatcher wakasa eduma NDC amanyopon e wa ya waso west ono nene obeka nsɛm ye di Jumedi ni nyina ehyehyɛ so eduma mede wase eno message aseda piesie enko enfema mi team ni nyina han producers omo abodwuma ye papa ama akosombo ko de share se Charles Sanso ena team B Father Dixon Junior Lydia Precious say team ni gumi ye papa Doris an wo ba kokko so no wo mu nyina ebo mechidom jemfo afi executive director and producer ora ene ora Jelena so wo mu nyina ebo mechidom na me a meje agwa kese na bidwumadi esomo shonko mi din ene aba Agyeiwaa Kodi Makram.
I'm the leader and founder of the Liberal Party. Second LP. So someha, ne someha na yankonko. TV there, enoane MANIFESTO. Na washe Ghana is watching. Ghana phone nyina ehwe. Home na Ghana ni bi omo wa brochire omo Ghana ha nyina ehwe. Enoane Ghana is watching. Nti sabrewi Chimu TV no fato Ghana is watching live. Many influence.